There's not very much to say about Plants vs Zombies really, not from a plot perspective anyway. It comes from the developers PopCap and is the last game they produced before they were bought by EA for $650 million before promptly having 50 of its employees laid off and one of its studios closed down. A brief aside here, it really annoys me that not only is EA doing this to everyone, but that companies are letting them. Bullfrog, BioWare, PopCap, none of these companies were in financial trouble. I guess their bosses just wanted a quick buck, and if dozens of people should become unemployed as a result, who shits a give, right? Anyway, Plants vs Zombies marks quite a departure from the games they made before it, as they were previously known for titles such as Bejeweled, a game basically everyone has ever heard of. If you haven't, it's the one where you try to match jewels of the same colour in rows of 3, and Peggle, which is like a weird pinball but not quite sort of thing. Essentially, they made casual little games you could play during your lunch break, and Plants vs Zombies is still that, especially as the game saves your level if you turn it off very suddenly and quickly, such as if you're at work, but there is something very different about the way it feels. Not just that it's a different genre of game to anything they've done before, but rather that it feels it has quite a lot of character and charm absent in their previous hits. Bejeweled is just this faceless, nameless thing, well okay it's called Bejeweled but shush, this silent screen of gems that you just, smash up, break apart. Peggle is very similar, and from these two games you could get the impression that PopCap's entire catalogue of games will just feature colourless baubles. Plants vs Zombies actually has a plot, a very minimalist one, but still one. Basically, we're in a world where a zombie apocalypse has happened, but a corporation called the Doom and Bloom Seed Company has genetically engineered plants to protect your homes against the hordes. Your neighbour Dave is possibly an ex-employee of these guys, given that you buy plants in the back of his car. All the plants and all the zombies have their own distinct personalities, which are clear simply in the way they are drawn and animated, but are then expanded upon further in the almanac. The end result is a really cute and engaging game that kept me way more entertained than had there not been this characterization and design. Had it been plant jewels all over your garden to stop the encroaching rocks or something, I wouldn't have been quite so tickled. In addition, the internet is absolutely abuzz with theories and ideas as to the world and its characters, which, while not part of the game, is also a very fun thing for me to dig through, and it just goes to show, for me anyway, how much unique presentation can add to a game, even if your game is just a casual little time filler and not a plot-heavy, story-driven experience. The game itself is of course very fun and very addictive. It's a relaxing, slow-paced sort of fun rather than an adrenaline-fueled experience, but sometimes that is just the ticket. My only complaint is that it is a bit too easy. The campaign offers almost no challenge, and I was able to complete all of the minigames and puzzles on the first or second go. The survival mode is a touch on the easy side as well. The developers admit that they created the Giga Gargantuar, a twice as powerful version of the Gargantuar, because playtesters were finding the mode too easy. But even with those, as long as you get access to 4 explosions on your lawn, in my case a cherry bomb, a jalapeno and 2 cob cannons, you can take them out without being slowed down as well. Though I'm not sure I can blame that on Plants vs Zombies itself. I haven't played many tower defences, but the ones I have do seem to follow the difficulty curve of once you get the knack of it, nothing can shake you. Plants vs Zombies at the very least has a large enough variety of plants that you can make several wild and varied working strategies, as well as set up self-imposed challenges. And should I ever feel the need, I will probably go back and do that myself. Anyway, thank you for listening to this short review. It is now time for me to continue my love affair with Valve. I will see you next time for Half-Life 2.